Hey guys, Patriot Picker here, and we are going upstairs to the living room area. Went out for one of the very first yard sales of the season for us here yesterday, and I just want to take a few minutes. We didn't get a whole lot, but we picked up a few items. I want to show you what those are. It was a nice little yard sale close to our neighborhood where we live, so we didn't have to travel very far. We're looking to have a yard sale pretty soon ourselves. We've been doing the whole decluttering and spring cleaning in our own home. Well, not so much the cleaning part. More like going room by room and picking things out that we want to sell at a yard sale. And picking things out that we could flip on eBay as well. And we found a few of those items. So let's take a moment to just look at some of the items that we found at the yard sale yesterday. So I'm sitting down in the floor here with you, and we're going to check some things out. So I'm going to flip the camera around and narrate as we go. All right, so as you can see, we've got a few items here. Where do I begin? Let's see here. I guess I'll start here. So you guys all have heard me say in my videos before that anytime I find something that's in the wrapper, it's brand new, never been opened before, I'm always going to look that up and comp it out and see what, it might be worth. This is a Wilton gum paste tweezers. Now, I don't know much about cake making and cupcake making and such, but I do know that Wilton is in the business of doing those things. They make products for that. So I took some time to look this up, and the comps on it were a few dollars. And when you only have to pay a quarter for something at a yard sale, that's why we love yard sales. So I went ahead and picked that up. We'll see how that sells for us. Another brand new in the package item. Femco is another company that makes spray gun, high pressure spray gun tips, and for sprayers, that you would clean off sidewalks and basically cleaning sprayers. And this is a tip that goes on one of those, and it's brand new. So I picked that up as well. While we were walking around looking, the people who were having the yard sale, I picked this up and started looking at it. The lady immediately walked over and said, "You can have that for 25 cents. And I was like, it's brand new, tag still on it. Looked inside, it's all plastic inside, never been used. Nice little crossbody purse. You've heard me talk about those before. And not a major name brand company, but a nice little design with butterflies. Black always a good neutral color, and so I'm not going to pass that up ever. I'm always going to get those. All right, now that we've let you guys know before, we live in Lynchburg, Virginia. We have the big Liberty University campus here in our community. This is a Liberty Flames scarf. I've seen quite a few of these around in some of our thrift stores, and I don't think that they really go for much, but because it was still new in the package, never been used, I went ahead and picked it up. Now this here, my wife picked up. She claimed that this was a high-end skillet company. Belgique. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm going to take a guess and say that it's Belgique, Belgian-made company. Stainless steel, 8-inch, real heavy duty. She claims that, with a little cleaning, this would sell. It's got quite a bit of wear in it though, so not real sure if we can do much with that, but we went ahead and picked it up for 50 cents, and if it won't sell on eBay. We'll definitely use it in our home. All right, picked up this Scrabble game. Again, you know, used versus new, for me, is a big deal. It's in a metal tin, and so it's Yahtzee and Scrabble combined. Picked it up, opened it up, and when I did, it was brand new, never been used. And so, you know me in board games, I'm never going to pass those up, especially when it's in a nice, heavy-duty tin. When I was younger, in teenage years, my uncle that I lived with chewed tobacco, and he chewed Red Man tobacco. And I remember seeing this. He had one of these when I was younger, and he wore this as his belt buckle. He was a truck driver. And I remember seeing it and thinking, you know, that's a really cool belt buckle. So I saw this at the yard sale, and it's vintage. It even has a date on the back right there. You can see it says 1988. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. This area right in here is just some kind of gum or something sticky. I need to give some cleaning to it. And then I'll throw this up on the store. Might not make too much, but I definitely think that'll sell since it's vintage. Talk about these guys in a second. All right, she had this marked for $1. It is a, I guess that's Entenmann's Jumbo Donut Cake Pan. Again, this lady was a cake maker, so she had a lot of stuff out on the yard sale that was revolving around making cakes and such. We picked this up, opened it up, and looked at it, and it was brand new. So, again, you can't go wrong with making some donuts. We'll see how that does. Now, while we were at the yard sale, the people who put this yard sale on, they had a lot, and when I say a lot, they had a lot of these little trolls. And when I let my wife out at the yard sale first, and then went and delivered some packages to the post office, and then came back, and when I did, there was a guy there who was digging through all the trolls, and he was getting every single one of them and putting them in a garbage bag. So I kind of made an assumption that he was probably a reseller and knew what he was doing. I've heard that these guys are really popular. I've heard different resellers talk about how they're really popular and that a lot of people like to collect them and they're hard to get a hold of. He left with all his. My wife saw a few of these left over, so she said, do you want to get them? And I said, well, let's just pick a few up and see what happens. So we found one here with a little ballerina suit on. We found one with 40 isn't old if you're a tree and gray hair. We found one that has no clothes on with a purple, magic purple belly button. Not real sure what that's all about. Oh, he definitely needs some clothes. And then we found this little guy here, or girl, I guess, with purple dress. And let me see what this says on the bottom. I can't even read what that says right there on the end of that, guys. It looks like China, but that doesn't look like an H. Anyway, no date. I guess that is China now that I got it in the light. It just looks like it's printed, stamped weird. But anyway, I guess these guys were made in China. I'm not even sure if they're the real trolls, but anyway, I took a chance and got a few of them to see what happens. And then we found this little guy. It's a troll on a skateboard, and it actually works. Put batteries in it and zooms on down the road. So we got a little skateboarding troll guy here. This was in the box and hadn't been open. Well, it's been open, but it's fairly new. See how that goes. And I saved the best for last. My wife picked this up, and she handed it to me, and she said, it's still brand new, it never been opened, it's still in the wrapper. What do you want to do? You think that's worth anything? And I said, well, I don't really know. It looks like it could be vintage, and then started doing some comps on it, and sure enough, looked it up this morning and found that the these are going for like $59, $69 brand new. So this is a Casio portable color TV. Not real sure how those things work anymore with digital and cable and everything going on, but you know, we're suckers for trying it out, so we'll throw it up and see what happens, and then when it sells for big profit, we'll let you know. All right, so that's about it for that little sale. Glad to see that yard sales are coming back up, and we're really hoping that our state doesn't require us to wear a mask when we go into businesses, but it sure sounds like that's coming down the road, but we're hoping not, and looking to go out to some more yard sales, and like I said earlier, have some yard sales ourselves. It's Patriot Picker, and I'm signing out. We'll catch you guys again, and probably tell you a little bit more about you know, our future plans of how things are going in regards to getting back into the Goodwills, because they open back up starting this Tuesday, May 26th, and we're really excited. We're going to be camped out in the parking lot early, waiting for that store to open, and it's going to be crazy in there. And I'm hoping to be able to wear my GoPro so you can see a little bit of how crazy it just might be. I'm hoping this old boy doesn't have to get down on the ground and scrap with any body that's trying to get something that I want, vice versa. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well, and we'll catch everybody again on the flip side.